a Nintendo thing happened over the weekend. Or not over the weekend, last week. Switch 2 finally coming out for real. The rumored Switch 2 for the last, like, 4 years, I feel like people have been going, Switch 2 is coming, oh my god. I feel like I want games on it, but I also don't know that I'm going to care too much until next year. Which is weird to say, considering there's a Metroid coming this year. And I do really want to play Metroid Prime 4. But also, I never played Metroid Prime 3 because I never had a Wii. Or a Wii U. And they did that Metroid Prime remake. I thought they were going to do some kind of re-release for 2 and 3 at some point. They just haven't. And I'm not, like, against emulating. But emulating Wii games specifically just feels like a weird thing to do because it's all about the pointy wand shit, you know? And I'm sure they came up with solutions, let's say, for people who wouldn't want to use that piece of the machinery. But I don't know if those solutions were only in, like, the Wii U version or something. I don't know, it just all feels like a little bit of a mess to me, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. And also that price point. $450 feels like a lot to me. The thing is, like, $450 in the grand scheme of things for a console is not that crazy. People have been buying PlayStations and shit for like 500 plus for years. Hell, wasn't the PS5 Pro like $700 or some shit? Point is, you hope to get a PS5 yourself? Fair. Point is, for me, like, one of the reasons Nintendo kind of felt like it was generally, to me anyway, still succeeding is that they were still at a price point that felt like they weren't trying to compete with the big guys. And when you start hitting $450, $500, it gets harder for me because I start going like, that's the cost of like a video card for my computer. You know? And don't get me wrong, my computer costs a lot more than that because it has more than just the video card in it. But if Nintendo's putting this system out that's still going to be underpowered compared to what's out there, and it's going to cost like, it's going to have the cost of like a 440,000, whatever, 4,000 series video card, like, it feels like they are missing their mark somewhere. Like, let me put it this way. Video games used to very much be priced in a way that was expensive, but kind of felt like this is a very expensive toy. Toy is being rude, so to speak, but like, these are expensive, but they're not, when you start hitting the $500-ish mark, I start thinking of it as like designer, not necessarily designer, but like it starts hitting a like niche in a way that's like, I'm really into audio. Like if I'm really into audio, I'm gonna spend $500 on some really fucking crazy speakers or something, right? But if I'm not super into audio, I'm gonna spend $200 something and get a like nice sound bar that's gonna do a lot for what I do in my apartment. Nintendo felt like it was the sound bar for a long time, and it was filling a niche. And bringing that price way up makes it feel like it is the kind of out of range, like this is for the sickos space that like a PS5 plays in these days. And it just feels weird. And it doesn't help for me that a big part of like their video of announcing it was going like, hey, check it out, Zelda's gonna run better on this thing. Because I'm going like, yeah, no shit, it's a game for the last console, it better run an old game better. Like, but also, I imagine most people already played that game. Hell, I'm not one of these people, but Nintendo Switch got cracked not super long into its life cycle, let's say. If you really wanted to play Zelda with it having a better frame rate, you could do that. Not legally, but you could do that already years ago. Does that feel like $450 worth? Not for me. But then, there's a lot of stuff on Switch I missed, right? Even good things, so... So I'm sure they will show me some things that I am more enticed by. And depending on how things in this country go, maybe the price will become less... I don't know, crazy feeling? Like, the other thing about the price, in all honesty, the other part of the price... Yes, I understand things are going up. Generally speaking, everything is up. But when I look at the Switch 2 is going to be $450, and I look at the fact that probably all my groceries, probably all my, literally everything except my rent that's locked in for the rest of this year is going to go up 20%. I don't know that I have the spare money anymore for a Nintendo console like that. Sounds like they're trying to play the commercial game beyond their level. Yeah. And like the thing is, Nintendo can do it. Nintendo has the kind of cachet, Nintendo has the kind of IPs that allow them to do that kind of thing in a way that the fucking Switch 2 is going to sell gangbusters, you know? But it does make me feel a little bit questionable about it. Of course, I'm also that weirdo. Not only am I that weirdo who thought that, like, Breath of the Wild was not the second coming of God or whatever, but I was also somebody who, even games I did like a lot, like Mario Odyssey, I thought there was a better 3D platformer that year than Mario Odyssey. A lot of people don't agree with me, but, you know, so, I don't know. Let's go back to the game here.